Are you looking for a way to store your fresh mandarin oranges for months without needing to refrigerate them? Canning is the perfect solution. With just a few simple steps, you can easily create canned mandarin oranges that will last up to 6 months with no preservatives. In this video, I'm going to walk you through each step how to can mandarin oranges so that you can enjoy these sweet and juicy fruits all year long. I am going to start by filling my water bath canner with water and get that heated up and almost boiling, but not boiling yet. I'm going to add my pint jars into this so that I can sterilize them. Mandarin oranges are a high acidic fruit, so you can water bath can them. You do not need to pressure can them. So in my canner, I have my pint jars and I have water. I'm going to turn this probably on like medium, high heat just to get the water warm and get it so it's almost boiling. Then I'm going to set to work on peeling all of my mandarin oranges. I need about 16 pounds of them to get a decent amount of jars to preserve for the year. Now, this is a tedious process and it kind of is mundane and boring, but my suggestion is find a good audiobook, find some YouTube videos you can watch, and enlist your friends, your significant other, or even your kids to sit and help you peel these mandarin oranges. When you peel them, you want to take off the rind and you want to get as much of the membrane taken out as possible. And you want to try not to puncture them because you don't want the juices to leak out everywhere. A couple of other tips, you can peel them and then do individual slices and put them into your jars, or you can do the whole orange. If you are going to do the whole orange, you are going to need more syrup when you're canning, but if you're going to do individual slices, you won't need as much. So now that I am all done peeling them, my fingers do hurt just a little bit from peeling them, but it will all be okay. I am going to make my simple syrup for our jars. We are going to raw pack these mandarin oranges. So what that means is we're going to take the fresh fruit, put them in our jars, and then pour our hot simple syrup over top of them, put the lids on, and then can them that way. So I'm going to start by making my simple syrup. And I need 10.5 cups of water. Our pot has the measurements on the inside, so it makes it really easy for me to just fill this up with 10.5 cups of water. And then for the 10.5 cups of water, I'm going to add 1 1/4 cups of sugar. I'm going to heat this up so that the sugar dissolves and it is just about boiling. While I'm waiting for this to come to the boil, I'm going to turn my canner up so that the water in the canner is also boiling and ready to go. When both of those things are ready, so my syrup is ready and my canner is ready, I am going to raw pack these mandarin oranges into my jars. I did make sure that the jars were somewhat cool before I pack the oranges in just because I don't want to hurt myself. But I'm going to pack them in and leave a 1/2 inch of headspace and use my handy dandy little tool to make sure I am within that 1/2 inch. All right, I got all of my oranges in and I had just enough to fill the jars that fit inside my canner, so it was perfect. Now I'm going to ladle my simple syrup into my jars. I am going to again leave a 1/2 inch of headspace on the top so that it can create enough of pressure and the jars will seal. Once my jars are full, I'm going to tap them a little bit to get the bubbles out, or I can use my tool to run down the side of the jars to get the bubbles out. I just want to make sure all the bubbles are out. And if any of the jars need any more liquid, I'm going to add that now. Then I am going to make sure that they are within a 1/2 inch. I'm going to wipe all of my rims with a wet rag, and then I'm going to add my 2-part lids, screwing the lids on, the bands on, just so that they are finger tight. Okay, once that is all done, I'm going to add the jars back into my canner. I want to get the canner back up to a boil, and then I'm going to process the jars for 10 minutes. While I'm processing, I want to make sure that there is 1 inch or 2 inches of water above the lids so that everything is covered. So my jars have processed for 10 minutes. I turned off the burner and removed the lid and let it cool down for about 5 minutes. You can see that we did have a jar bust in the canner. I'm guessing it is the jar that's kind of lying on its side because the rest of them look okay, and there's an orange floating in there. But what I'm going to do is remove the jars, the ones that are intact, put them on a towel, and let them sit for 24 hours. Then I will check the seals. If they sealed, they will go into our basement where we store our canned goods. If they did not seal, they will go in the fridge for the kids to eat over the next couple of days. And then after I get all of the jars out of the canner, then I'm going to go clean the canner up and figure out what happened to that other jar. But there you have it, an easy and simple way to can mandarin oranges so you have fresh oranges all year long. It is very simple, and if you want the written directions for this recipe, make sure you head on over to our website, www.hummingbird-acres.com. I have also left the link below for you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us at the farmhouse today, and we will talk to you soon.